Yes. Okay. Um, okay, Rob, you're saying it's the first time you're here. You have a question. Should you post it now? Yes. You can post it now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to answer at the beginning and at the end. Um, Unless you have so many questions that we just answer questions, which I'm fine with. Um, okay, so Rob says, I'm looking for the simplest, best way to limit the number of characters a user can insert in a raw input field. There's loads more context I can give to, but that's the burning question. Okay, how about I do it right now? So let me create a new bot real quick. Open in Studio. Start from scratch. In a raw input field, okay. So I believe you're talking about, where's the raw inputs? Right here. Okay. So if we have a raw input field, the question is how can we limit the number of characters? Um, oh, so my question would be, are you trying to limit it within the box here? So like if I were to like hit the limit, it would just like nothing would happen as I'm typing? Or you mean when someone says something that's too long, like you want the bot to say, "Hey, this is way too long. Please shorten it." Um, I can answer both, anyways. But oh, you guys can't see my screen. Apologies. Forgot. Okay. All right. So, for instance, if I were to type something and I exceeded the amount, and I keep typing, we want to block it. That's something if you want to do, you have to do it at the web chat level. Uh, it depends on the platform. Not all platforms will support this out of the box, so it can be a little bit problematic. But what you can do is you can just check, um, like, actually, I can just use AI here. So if the event preview exceeds, I don't know, 160 characters, hopefully that's gonna work. Nope, it's not working. Event.preview dot length greater than 160. So what you could do is you could just do something like this, really simple. Right, so I accept your answer. I was gonna say I accept your surrender, but it doesn't really make much sense. So, your answer is too long. Please try again. So you could do something like this. I don't think it's because. Oh, because I have the wrong inputs. It's waiting here. So I accept your answer here because it's too short. Now it's gonna go back to before the raw inputs. And I don't know what 160 characters looks like. This is probably 160, right? Okay, so you could do it like that. Um, it would be the simplest way to do it. Um, we have validate here, I believe, but is there a reason to do it? I'm not sure. Versus doing this like this, you just have more control. Usually, if you do it like manually, so I would just do it manually. Um, Not really sure when this would be the better answer. You could do it. I don't know if you guys have any ideas in the chat, like why you would use one method over the other. Um, I just like maybe it's because I'm a coder, but I just like to have control. So like these black box methods, whenever I can use something where I have a little bit more control, or just visibility, I would just rather use that in general. Um, Hopefully that answers your question, Rob. Okay. So Andre Brito. Yesterday there was well, hello, hello first. Yesterday there was a message to upgrade the WhatsApp integration. WAP, I'm guessing. My integration is not working anymore. Always the same message. An error occurred while executing integration action. Failed to start WhatsApp. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna debug this during this call, I suggest you write in help in the help channel about this, um, because it could take me the entire call just doing this. Uh, but yeah, please just give as many details as you can within the help channel. If there are things that are private, we can always reach out to you privately also to try to figure it out. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, so DK is asking, will I be using the messaging integration today? The messaging, you mean the Facebook message? Or which one? What do you mean? Yeah, so actually that's the one I was building on the live stream maybe 2, 3 months ago. So let me just show you guys. So we're gonna try to pick up the pace and start building more and more of these integrations. We're gonna have a Calendly one coming out. Today's Thursday. I would say conservatively within a week. And then I like to try to keep the pace at least one integration a week and see if we can move even faster than that. So the new one is the messaging API here. This is what I was building. I included 2 videos that show you
the messaging integration.
Yeah, that's my voice. 2 videos that show you how, like, what it does and how to use it. I can go over it real quick if you guys are interested. Rob, maybe a bit later.
The messaging
Okay, so yeah, I guess I can show you guys this. There's also a few new features in the product. I believe schemas. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Within, where is it? Flows. Oh no, it's actually schemas right here. You can create an object of a certain type like this, and then within the AI task, you can request it as that object. That allows you to create variables which are a little bit more nested, let's say. So you could create a schema like this, then select it here, and then put it in an AI task. So how about, like, as an example, we call this personal info. I don't know, like, kind of show of hands in the chat. How many people have seen this or noticed this so far? I think it's released in the product. Everybody should be able to see it. Maybe I should save it. Oh, Robert showed it on Tuesday. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we have this schema here. I think this is how to use it. I haven't used it myself yet. Personal info. All right, and then I'm just going to create a quick example AI task. All right, so extract all personal information from the user input. All right, and the user input here would be at event.preview. Okay, let's just try this out real quick. It's my first time trying it out, so it's likely to not work. Hi, my name is Patrick, and I live, in Quebec City, on the, I don't know, Monterey Road. I don't think that's a real road. All right, let's try this. Okay, it's not set. Yeah, I probably should have tried this before. Task examples. Is everything optional? Schemas. It should not be optional. Task example, that shouldn't be required. Turbo. Let me try to use 4. Temperature 0. Set to undefined if there is no information provided. right, let me try again. And let's see. It says not set. Okay, it's not working. Why is it not working? Agents. Do I need a router agent? No. Okay, I have a schema. It's an object. Nothing is optional. In my flows, actually my variables here. Oh, okay, it detected it. It's just not showing here, but it's set. Okay. And the street is Monterey Road, Quebec City. Okay, all right, that's how it works. Okay, so that's an example of it working, and me not knowing about a new feature. Okay. All right. So the thing I wanted to do today, I had as an idea, was so last week I was doing bot as code like this. I don't think I'm going to show the messaging API because I spent a lot of time documenting it. So you guys can see it on the hub.
The messaging
Right here, messaging API. Let me just paste it in the URL. So it's just two very simple videos, but basically there's instructions for everything. The idea is if you want to send messages to and from your bot, it's a lot easier. I don't know if anybody here has tried this, but we do have these API endpoints for creating conversation, creating users, creating events, creating messages. But it can be quite evolved to do this. And you have to do it for an integration, which we didn't maybe make explicit enough, but everything has to be tied to an integration. So by using this messaging API, you don't need to worry about all that. You can just send a very simple payload like user ID, message ID, conversation ID, type text, whatever you want. It's quite flexible. And whatever conversation ID you provide, it will send you back with a response so that you can forward it to your service, whatever service you want to use. So yeah, that's the idea of the messaging API. It's just to make it easier. So I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna go back to what I was doing last week. And just to give you an example, actually I don't remember what I did, where I left off, but it was supposed to answer something, I believe. Let me check my hooks. So the way I built this was basically you don't need any nodes connected here. And within my hooks here, I would check to see if, how do I say this? If it's coming from a webhook. If it is, I'm ignoring it. Any other message, it should send a message to my webhook with the correct information. Not sure why it's not working though. I think it should be working. I'm on bot as code. Logs. Let me just add a console log here real quick before sending to webhook. Let me try again. Before sending to webhook, okay, that's good. It should send to this with a conversation ID. Well, I'm pretty sure it was working last week. This is strange. Did I... no, it's still enabled. 65 E25. Let me see. 65 E25. Okay, so it's the same URL. And within... One second. Within main here, I still have this. should work. Let me just add a console log here. Oh, you know what I should do? I should just delete this, go here, and go in my logs. There might be an error. Okay, there's an error. The thing is, the problem with doing it this way is the webhook is basically live, published, and this is local. So when I send a message, I get the information up until the webhook event hits. Okay, request body conversation ID must not have fewer than 28 characters. What? Since when? Request body conversation ID. Did I add this? What does that mean? Error sending outgoing message. Okay, I'm getting some errors. I'm not quite sure what they are. Let me just add some logs. I'm gonna start with this. Publish it. Try it again. So the funny thing is, I don't actually need to use share here. I can just chat. Because this behind the scenes is calling this, which is already basically the equivalent of share. Okay, so by typing hi here, I should see this event, but I don't see it. Okay. So that tells me I saw a problem with this, so I'm guessing I'm not sending this properly. Pretty sure this was working before. This is odd. All right, let me try this. Console.log conversation ID equals event.conversation ID. Okay, so I'm gonna log it. Whoops. Don't need to create notes. Convo 5. Okay. Oh. Yes, silly me. I do need to do this. Because the convo-5 is not a global thing, so it doesn't know how to route back to here. Hello, guys and girls. Okay. All right. I knew it was working. I just forgot how. So the idea was basically you could, from any code, make your bot say anything you want, or trigger any workflow you want. Which gave me another idea. We have, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm going to go back to the hub, but we have an agent assist integration, which is Zendesk like this, and it allows you to, or is there another one? Yeah, it's this one. This one allows you to basically to add live chat to your user, to your bot. So if you're chatting, if you want to sometimes intervene and you have a Zendesk account, you can just use this to basically jump in a conversation and answer. So what I was thinking of is, why don't we use this to allow anybody to basically make a Zendesk integration. So I'm going to just create a bot. Actually, I'm going to export this one. Did I make modifications? Yeah, I did. I'm just going to delete this. Anything else before incoming? I don't need this. Whoops, like that. Okay, I think I'm good here. Let me just export this. Oh, I just thought of this. I can just share it with you guys, right? Right now. Let me just make sure there's no... Did I put any variables in here? No. It's just my webhook, which you can change to yours. Let's see. Is there anything that should be changed before I share? Here. Nope, I don't think so. Okay, so let me just extract the webhook URL. And then I think I can share this. So I'll copy like this. Go back to settings, paste it here, and this will be env.webhook URL. All right. You might get a type error at the beginning. I think when you change the settings, it doesn't immediately adjust it. Oh, it's still not there, but it should work. Yep. Or it might not be here. It might not be accessible in the webhooks. I don't know. Let's just try this. Publish. I'm reading Shika's question. It's about WhatsApp. I just want to let you guys know we're working on a new WhatsApp integration, which should be a lot easier to use. I don't know what's our ETA, but it should solve a lot of issues people have. Okay, let me refresh. All right, let me try it. Let's see if it works. It could just be a typing issue. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. So sometimes our typing issues are not very good. Oh, actually, it's gone. Now it's working. Okay, so I think I'm good to go. I can just share this. Export, or actually, I think I should delete this before. Let me just copy it, export it. All right, just re-add it like this. Okay, then can I export like here, upload a file? Today, 11/28. So this is bot as code example. Does that work? You guys should be able to see it, right? Should be doing this more often. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna go back to live streams, new bots. Fluffy Penguin. Okay. I'm gonna call this agent assist. Hit edit in studio. Then import from file. Yeah. Give me a second here. Okay. Now the webhook URL is going to have to be different. So I'm going to go to integrations, add it right now. Oh, while I'm at it, I'll always do this. Otherwise it's annoying. Okay, so it's on. Let me save it. Let me grab this and paste it here. Okay, now if I hit publish and I hit share, it should just work. I'm just gonna try that. All right, let's try this, see if it works. Congratulations, Rob. Okay, so that works. Let me delete it. Okay, now what we want to do is convert this to a human agent, an agent assist. Let's assume that everything for the sake of the conversation here is just filtering, asking the user a bunch of questions. And then, what is this? This is just display text. Oh, we don't need this. Delete, like that. Okay, so I'm gonna hit standard node like this. And what we want to do here is we want to send the user to. Do we need to send the user anywhere? I don't think we need to send the user anywhere, but we do need to initialize this. So we'll probably need a table. Let's go here. Let's do add table. And this table will have to have the conversation ID. And this will be, let me think here. This will be suspended conversations or live chat conversations. I think that we use caps lock like this. Okay, so we'll have conversation ID, and then we have to, do we have to have a remote ID here? I'm gonna add it for the moment. Remote ID. So this would be like the Zendesk conversation ID. And then let's just call this the source. Let's give it a string. Did you guys hear that? No? The noise canceled it? Okay, good. We have a gong at the office. Sometimes we hit it. Okay. Count yourselves lucky. No, actually a gong is a pretty nice sound. It's just if it's a bit too close to you, it can be really loud. And the gong is like next to where I sit normally. Okay, so where was I? All right, so here, just generally speaking, what we need to do is to suspend the conversation. Let's see. And then send the user's message to external. Okay, what does suspending the conversation mean? Suspending the conversation means they're not in this flow. So if there would be, I can actually add a flow here. So this would be triage user issue. And then we'd have bot handled flow. And then this would be the bot not handled flow. Oops, I need to create another expression. This will be always. Sorry. If requires user, and this condition will always be true, we'll suspend the conversation like this. Generally speaking, this is how we want to go. Then we need to be able to catch the answers from the bot. So this will be, oh, I'm not sure if this is working here. Because it's tied to an integration. Oh, do I need to refresh? Oh, okay, I needed to refresh. It's because I installed it with this window already open, so. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to have a function that sends users to an external source. I'm going to just configure an external URL here. External URL. And I'm just going to, again, I like to use JSBin. Not JSBin, but request bin. I like bins, apparently. That's my thing. Okay, I'm going to create a request. Hello. Right, copy back to here. Okay, so this pretend is going to be your server, whatever. That's what's going to be taking the messages, and then the server will have to respond with what to send to user. So I'm going to kill this, move these a little bit. Do you guys know you can press shift? If you press shift and you select like this, you can move things around. It's quite helpful. Okay, so whenever we receive something from a user, I am not sure if we're going to have more than just one thing to handle, but generally speaking, whoops, I'm not going to use intents. I'm going to use an expression. I'm going to disable it, and if a message is incoming, we're going to send, so this is going to be triage inbound. If a message is incoming, let's say from agent, sorry, here we'll want to display agent message. What else could we have? If the, let's say, if the agent finishes the conversation, the session, I think. All right. If the agent finishes the session, then we'd send them to something else. This would be, let's say, something like that. Say conversation is over, and then bot handles full. Bot main flows. I don't know how to say this. So basically everything that the bot says would be there. Okay, so yeah, we need these two messages. So one is basically a message that we display. One is it's done. Maybe we'd have a timeout as well. I'm not sure, but if it's a timeout, then the logic could be handled externally. So something like this. All right, now if we want to display the user message, we could just display it like this. This is a user message. And then if we want to send user messages to the external source, we could just use execute code, and then axios.post, and then we have our environment here, external URL, and I don't know what the type, let's say the type is text. Actually, could we just post the event? Is that insane? You probably want to like bring it down a little bit. I'm going a bit bonkers here, but let's try it out. Because then I'd be sending the entire event to this, which is a lot, maybe. I don't know how big this is. Does it show the size? Yeah, it's kind of big. So what do we have? Well, we have everything, so that's nice. Conversation ID created on direction, incoming flags, and all. You even have the states. Crying out loud. Do we have? Wait, no. Do we have the state? Let me try this. So actually, presumably, when you triage here, we would probably like ask a few questions and then save a few answers. Let me just like hard code them right now. So I'm gonna create, I don't know what. Actually, you know what? Let's just reuse the schema. So in schemas, Let's create one. Let's call this user, sorry, user info. Go back here. Let's call this user info like this. User info add. And here I'm just going to type workflow.userinfo equals, and then let's see, does it help me? A address. 55 Domingo Street. I don't know, what else do we have? Email. Patrick at botpress.com. Okay, it's not liking this for some reason. String is not assignable to type. Okay, it splits it up. So, what does it want? Street. Was it number? It's going to tell me there's a problem. Street, city. New York. And what was the last one? Zip. All right. Okay, so for the moment, I'm just setting it. It's probably not happy because I'm not giving all the properties. I don't care. Not right now. I'm going to try saying hi again. Just curious if it passes it by default or not. Let's see, body. No, okay, I don't think it is. Okay, which is fine. Let's just ask it. Let's just add it like that. To get the state, it would be, oh, you know what we could do? Just not workflow. Workflow, like this. All right, so an object with the event in the workflow. Okay, let's try it again. And now we have the event, and we have the workflow, which has the user info, and everything we have here. Okay? All right, so generally speaking, this would be the outline. We are still missing something here. So when the user responds, with something, so this is the user message. 1 second. Let me think here. We probably want to have a wait for user input here. Whenever an agent sends a message, we want to display the agent's message. Let me change that already so that it makes a bit more sense. Remember, this is the pattern. So here, let's just call it agent message, like this. We'll have to send that via text. So I'm going to close this. We're going to wait for user input. And then whenever we get a user input, we are going to send it like this. And then after every user message, we're going to wait for user inputs. Okay, I think this works. Now the last thing we need here is, to make this work, is, let me open Postman. So we need to grab this right here, which is webhook URL. Go back to here, livestream Botpress. All right, I'm going to create a new one. Paste this here, post. We need to give it a body. Let's do raw, JSON. And what did we need to give? We needed to give a conversation ID. Okay, so I'm going to give a conversation ID. This conversation ID is going to be convo5. So I'm going to copy that. Like this. Oops. Here. And because I'm pretending to be a server right now. Okay, so we have a conversation ID, and then we have, what was it, agent response? agent message, I think. Let's say, hi, what is your issue? All right, I think that's good. So let's hit send. Okay, status 200, that's good. I'm gonna go back to here, and what was I expecting to see? What was I expecting to see? I was expecting to see the answer. Oh, but this won't work right now because it's all Convo 5 is it's a local conversation, so there's no way again for it to route. So I need to publish it and then do it live. All right, so let's try it out. So once this works, you'll be able to just use this to create an agent assist flow. Okay, so let me go back here, refresh. So basically what happens here is hi, and like just pretend that like there was a, actually, you know what, we don't need to pretend. Let's say, well, we kind of do, but like, let's make it a little bit more obvious. Where is this typing? Here. Valid. Thank you for providing that information. All right, let me just hit publish again. But basically here, you know what a good thing about a schema is you can easily copy and paste it. That's really nice because like if someone shares you like a bunch of complicated workflow variables, you have to like manually create them. But with a schema, you can just paste it or ask ChatGPT to do it for you. Okay, so it's there. So let me delete this combo, start over, say hi. Okay, so we see we're like at this step, so we pretend that we got information from the user. We're sent to suspend the conversation, and this should have sent everything to the server. The server being this right now. In here, we can get the conversation ID. I'm going to copy the value. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to paste it here. And then I'm going to, again, I'm the server, so I'm going to send this. This is when the agent responds. Okay, now I just got a beep. And okay, it says, hi, what's your issue? Now, let's see if this works. Hopefully you can see this message in requests bin. So when I say I'm pretending to be a server, I'm actually a server plus an agent. I'm a server who's like acting only when an agent sends messages. Okay, I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the agent, which obviously like it's going to be here. And do we see the message? Event dot. Oh, we don't have event dot preview. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay. So we had everything actually. We don't need the workflow. It's right here, preview. So copy value. So basically, as an agent, I would see this. Hopefully, you can see this message in the request bin, and then I could say like, yes, I can. Isn't that great? I don't know. Again, same conversation ID. As long as it's always provided like this, we can just keep like passing it over and over and over. Yes, I can. Isn't that great? All right, that's wonderful. Now, what if we want the user to be able to stop the conversation? So we haven't addressed this here, but what we could do here for the agent. Actually, I don't need this anymore. Let me just delete this. Hello. All right. Oh, this node and its content. Yeah, I thought I made a mistake, but it was just it's just grammar. Okay, so where was I? So if the agent finishes the session, so let's just grab this and add another property here. Whoops, let's do that. Okay, we don't need the double quotes for a condition, but instead of body, we can just write like end conversation like this. So if this is set, then we're just going to end the conversation. What did we say here? We said we're sending the user a message, so the conversation has been ended by the agent. And then I should probably do this. Okay, because this is not set by default, so this will carry over. Okay, so let's just try it, publish. Oh, I probably want to say like, say something here, like, just for clarity. All right, now you are talking with the bot. Okay, you guys know, you know what? I think I'm just gonna put a choice here. Single choice. Do you want to talk to a human? I'm going to have two labels. Yes. No. And I'm going to put yes like this, no like that. It's going to be a little bit more clear, hopefully. All right, then we can kill this. I can move this here, move this here. Okay. All right. That's a bit small, right? Let me do like this. Okay, and I'm going real fast. Also, let me know if you have any questions. Okay. All right, let me hit publish, and we'll try it again. Hopefully, with a little bit more text, it'll be a bit clearer. So what I want to test here is if the agent finishes the session. So again, like we'll be sending this via Postman, but that would be your agent platform that would be sending this. What it would be sending is basically a key of, what did we write? End conversation. Let's do like true, but I'll keep it as, ooh, it's not gonna like that, is it? Probably not. Okay, so it's published. Let me try again. We should get a choice skill now. Do you want to talk to a human? So let's just do the no first, just to show you. It's going to talk to a bot. All right, now you're talking with the bot, which is not what I want to do here. Try it again. Do you want to talk to a human? Yes. Oh, yeah, I keep waiting. So we're actually waiting for the human to talk. So probably what we should be doing is just like, what do we do here? Do you want to talk to a human? Yes, and then there's nothing. Oh. No, I think there might be a bug here. Sending it to this, then this should be sending. Let me check here. 53. No, not this. More. Preview, yes. Yes is being sent. That's good. But why was this not being sent? Did I? Oh, I must have hit publish before. I think I hit publish while I was still moving the stuff. But we probably want to let the user know that an agent is there. So that would be like another use case here. So we could copy this, paste the cards. Let's just do this instead. If the agent starts the session, we can just have text say agent has joined the session. You are now talking with a person. Oops. Go back here, and then we want to send this to wait for user input. Okay, so I'll hit publish again. So let's just try the flow. So we'll have to have this instead. Here, so copy, paste, start. Okay, so the general flow should be something like this. So you start with start conversation, then agent message, then end conversation. It might not like that I'm sending this. Okay, all right, hopefully that worked. Okay, hi. Do you want to talk to a human? Yes. Thank you for providing that information. Okay, perfect. Now, like, we're assuming that someone out there, an agent, has to like come by and say like, I'm taking over this conversation. And when that happens, and they know there's a conversation because they received a value here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to paste it here, and we use the start conversation here. And okay, so it accepted this, thank goodness. And now it says you are now talking with a person. And then I can say great. I don't know what it's going to do. It's just going to wait for user input. It's going to send this back to here. Okay. So now we should get this response. So the agent should get the response. And now the agent can say, glad you're happy. It's not a very good response. How can I help? All right. And now the user gets this, and then let's pretend the user is evil and says, I am saying very offensive. I don't know. Let's no. What's the proper way to like? I don't know. Let's pretend this is offensive. Okay, I don't want to write anything offensive. So the agent would receive the response. Where is it? Here. They would see this and they'd be like, okay, I want to like kill this conversation. This person is not being serious. So I'm gonna just end the conversation. Like that. Hit send, and if everything goes well, it will say the conversation has been ended by the agent. All right, now you're talking with bot. Okay, that's generally how we could do this. So Theo, with this, you can basically do any kind of agent assist float, any agent assist convo you want to do. Flow, sorry. So let me go to flows and kill this table because I did not use it in the end. And I'm just going to share this in the chat. I think it's the fastest way. Let's see. Can I share? Is there any issue here? I'm using, so I need webhook URL to receive events from the agent. Oh no, sorry. This is to send. The Botpress webhook integration URL. And the external URL is to send events to the agent. So this should actually be inbound and this should be outbound. Okay, so, all right, so that's working. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this and share it in the chat. So this is the URL of the webhook. Let's see. This is the URL of the webhook integration. That takes messages from the messaging platform you are using for Agent Assist from agents to user. All right, and this is the URL of your messaging platform that takes messages. So this is from users to agents. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Let me just close this, export it. Oh, one final thing here. We don't need this. So I'll delete this. It was sending events for nothing. We also don't need either of these. Can we remove these? Remove this here, and let me just export and share this. Agent Assist. I think in tomorrow, that's when the recording will be posted. Upload file. Agent Assist. Okay, this is a template for. So I'm posting this in the chat for integrating Agent Assist with an external messaging platform. Right, okay. It's about 12 o'clock. I have to go eat. So that concludes today's stream. There's a bunch of questions. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to go over all of them. But next week, hopefully I'll have a bit more time. All right, thank you, everybody. See you next week. Bye-bye.